October 7, Monday. Germany will be the first to report important economic developments in the coming week. At 9 o'clock, the report on factory orders is expected. The data reflects the value of all orders for the supply of products produced domestically by companies in the manufacturing sector. The growth of the index indicates the expansion of the German economy and may favorably affect the euro. At noon, Eurostat will inform about retail sales. This is an indicator of the change in the volume of retail sales of goods and services in the Eurozone in the reporting month compared to the previous month. The calculation is adjusted for inflation. For this purpose, a special deflator is introduced. An increase in retail sales in the Eurozone may have a favorable impact on the euro. October 8, Tuesday. Japan will be in the center of attention of market players on this day. At 2:30, the country will publish a household spending index. The calculation includes spending on food, housing, utilities, furniture, clothing, healthcare, education, transportation, communication, entertainment, etc. The index is considered as an indicator of economic growth and consumer optimism. Indicator values higher than expected have a positive impact on the yen exchange rate. At 15:30, the U.S. will inform about its trade balance. It reflects the difference between the country's exports and imports for a certain period of time. Economists use this indicator to assess the structure of trade flows between countries. The impact of the trade balance value on the dollar is ambiguous and depends on the context of business cycles or other economic indicators, for example, GDP dynamics. October 9, Wednesday. On October 9, the Reserve Bank of India's interest rate decision is expected at 7:30. To fight inflation, the Reserve Bank can raise the rate. This increases borrowing costs for commercial banks, which in turn increase the cost of credit to their customers, and borrowing across the economy becomes more expensive. A lower than expected value of the rate could have a negative impact on the rupee. And at 5:30, the U.S. will release the change in EIA crude oil inventories. The report reflects the number of barrels of commercial crude oil held in storage by U.S. companies. The increase in the number of crude oil reserves indicates either a decrease in demand for raw materials or an increase in production. This has a negative impact on global oil prices, but the price change is short-lived. October 10, Thursday. At 2 o'clock, the UK will report the RICS house prices balance. It shows the expected change in the value of housing in the country and is considered a leading indicator of inflation in the residential real estate market. If the value of the balance is positive, it indicates the growth of the real estate market and may favorably affect the pound sterling. Also on this day, traders will follow the news from Norway, where the Consumer Price Index will be published at 9 o'clock. The report reflects the dynamics of the cost of goods and services purchased by private households in the country. The CPI is used in indexation of payments, as well as a deflator in calculating the retail sales indicator. An index value lower than expected is considered unfavorable for the Norwegian krone. October 11, Friday. The Bank of Korea will announce its interest rate decision at 4 o'clock on Friday. The verdict is taken at the regulator's Monetary Policy Council meetings and is published immediately afterward. The interest rate decision is among the most important economic events in South Korea. A rise in the interest rate leads to an appreciation of the South Korean won. At 3:30 p.m., Canada will report the employment change. It reflects the change in the number of full-time and part-time workers during the reporting month. The interpretation of the indicator depends on the context. The growth of full-time employment is usually interpreted as a favorable factor in the development of the economy and has a positive impact on the Canadian dollar.